Hey, it's Paris. And for the past week, I've been doing a lot of cloud gaming. And the reason I've been doing a lot of cloud gaming is this. This is the Amazon Fire TV. And to be more specific, I've been doing a lot of Xbox cloud gaming on this Amazon 4K Max Fire TV. So I want to thank Xbox. They sent over a preview build along with the 4K Max Fire TV. And for the past week or so, I've just been playing games on it. And I kind of wanted to run through my experience playing some games using the Fire TV and kind of what you can expect if you want to try this out for yourself. So I have a lot of experience with cloud gaming. I've been doing this for a while over various platforms. Started out on mobile devices, being able to do cloud gaming on that. I have a Samsung television, so I've been using the Samsung Gaming Hub as well, which has the Xbox app on it. And you can also pull up the Xbox Cloud Gaming via your PC browser as well. And you can obviously do cloud gaming on a console if you so choose as well, an Xbox console to be more specific. So I've tried them all, and your mileage may vary. Let's put it that way, because latency is going to be the key word out of everything that I talk about here in this video, and that's what is going to make cloud gaming either be a success or a failure in the long term. So talk more specifically about my experience here on the Fire TV. So I just want to talk about my setup. I played this on my LG OLED television, and I'll get into the reason why in just a second. My Wi-Fi in my home, I do not have Wi-Fi 6. So I made sure I played over a 5 gigahertz connection. I'll talk about that in just a second as well. And my internet speed at home is 1 gig. So once you get the Fire TV set up on the television, first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is you're going to want to pair a controller. So had my Xbox controller. I think that's blurred in or not, but had my Xbox controller, and you're going to pair that via Bluetooth. You can do that in the Fire TV settings. Takes you like 30 seconds to be able to do it. It's pretty painless, straightforward. Once you get that connected, you can now jump into the Xbox app itself. And like I said, this was a preview build of the Xbox app that I was using. And the first thing that you will see when you fire up that is the UI. And the UI is identical to what you would see on the Xbox app via the Samsung Gaming Hub that I have already, or if you pull it up on your PC browser, it is identical. You're going to see the recent games that you've been playing, as well as obviously all the Game Pass games that will be available via cloud as well. So that is also pretty straightforward. Now, one of the first warnings that you will get is if you have a television that is capable of doing a game mode, you want to enable that. Again, this is to reduce latency. So my LG television has a game mode on it. This is why I made sure that was the primary place that I played all of my games on the Fire TV, and set it to game mode, and I was on my way. Now, once I actually selected a game, Starfield, ironically enough, was the first game that I played, it did warn me to make sure that I was using a 5 gigahertz connection and not a 2.4 gigahertz connection. Again, this goes into Wi-Fi signal strength, latency, the whole deal. So went into my Wi-Fi router, made sure it was set to 5 gigahertz, and I jumped in and started playing. Now, I've been doing cloud gaming for a while. Xbox Cloud Gaming is not the only one that I've done. I've also tried it over the Samsung Gaming Hub, some of their games. I've tried Amazon Luna. I've tried GeForce Now, along with the Xbox app. So I'm pretty familiar with it, and I understand that latency is always going to be the biggest factor when you play these games. Now, for me, it took a little bit to get used to it, because ironically enough, I'd been playing Starfield on my PC, and then I jumped in and started playing it maybe an hour or so later on the Fire TV, and the latency was immediately noticeable to me. It felt very floaty. So aiming, things like that felt a little bit off to me. So it did take an adjustment period to get used to that. Now, I will also say my Wi-Fi router sits right behind my LG television. So I was right by my Wi-Fi router. So as far as signal strength, things like that, I had no issues. There were no major dropouts or anything like that. The latency that I noticed was the typical latency that I see when I'm playing on Xbox Cloud Gaming. Is it playable? Absolutely. Definitely playable, but it will take an adjustment period because, as I always say, cloud gaming is not a replacement for the way that you play local games. It just simply is not, because latency will always be a factor in playing those games. But the latency was low enough coupled with playing on a game mode on the television and having a very strong Wi-Fi signal available to me, it was completely playable. I didn't have any major issues. I played a lot of Psychonauts 2, played a lot of Gears 5, played a lot of Fallout 76, played some Fallout 4 as well, along with some other games like Death's Door, things like that. I tried out a variety of games. And like I said, once I got used to the fact, like ironically enough, when I got into like day 2 of just exclusively cloud gaming, I was pretty used to it at that point. Like Wolfenstein was another one I played. Jumped right in and started playing. It didn't feel off to me from a floaty standpoint of the controller. Now, something I think that Xbox can do moving forward is adopt something that Stadia did when Stadia was still a thing. Their controller had a Wi-Fi direct connection. So that way you're connecting your controller via Wi-Fi and it's talking directly to the cloud servers. And that again helps to reduce latency. But I would say overall, it was a pretty enjoyable experience. I didn't have any major issues while I was playing this game. At no point was anything unplayable to me. And I think that's kind of the key point here when we're talking about cloud gaming. It is not meant to replace console gaming or PC gaming, but a nice supplement. And I think what Xbox is trying to do and what some of these other cloud gaming services are trying to do is it's making it more accessible. So it's right there. If you have your Fire TV plugged in, or if it's an app that's baked into the smart TV, the app is already there, the Xbox app. You sign in, you pair your controller, you can just simply start playing these games. And I think that's the biggest takeaway that I take from this. They're not asking you to buy a console. It doesn't have to be super complicated. You like with a PC or anything, trying to get it configured and set up. You just literally press a couple buttons and you start playing these games. And right now it is via Game Pass. These are all Game Pass games. And hopefully we will get to a point where games that you already own digitally, you'll be able to play as well. I know Fortnite is something you can also play on here. I did not play Fortnite, so I want to be clear on that. But that is available to you now. You do not need Game Pass, I believe, to be able to play Fortnite via cloud gaming right now. And hopefully we'll see more titles like that as well. But overall, it was a good experience. Is it the best in the world? No, because cloud gaming still needs work. Infrastructure still needs to be built out. They still need to kind of crack the code more on reducing latency to make it more of a one-to-one experience. It'll never be 100%, but if we can get it into that 95 percentile, I think it'll be ideal. Xbox Cloud Gaming right now does not do 4K as an example. So that is something else that they can improve on as well. Like I mentioned before, maybe adopt a controller that has a Wi-Fi direct connection that can also help with cloud gaming. These are things that as the infrastructure builds up and as time moves on and internet speed gets better, you can start to get more people comfortable playing cloud gaming. You can get people that normally are not playing games introduced into gaming via cloud gaming by having something like a Fire TV, obviously having the Xbox app already built into a smart TV like Samsung, on down the line mobile, etc. But overall, this was good. This was good. I would say even just from an entertainment standpoint, the Amazon Fire TV obviously has all the streaming apps that you can play all your TV shows and movies and things as well. But from a gaming standpoint, having the Xbox gaming app now available on there is going to be ideal for people that are already invested in the Game Pass. This just gives you another device that you're able to access your games. And I think that's a good thing. So these are just my overall thoughts on the Amazon Fire TV. Again, I want to thank Xbox for the opportunity to preview this and play it early. This is Paris. We're talking about the Amazon Fire TV. More specifically, this is the 4K Max version of the Fire TV. And I've been playing games via the cloud using Xbox. So this is Paris. Thank you so much for checking this out. And I'll talk to you again soon.